Don't skip. Your life depends on reading this message right now. I am not saying that to frighten you, but because you came closer than you realized to losing something you cannot get back. You have been calling it survival. You have been calling it luck. You have been calling it endurance. But you have not yet called it victory, because you did not see the battle clearly while you were in it. You only felt the weight, the pressure, the exhaustion, the confusion. You did not see the edges you were protected from, the moments where things could have gone much darker, the points where giving up would have felt reasonable. My child, you won a battle you did not even know you were fighting. The war you were in did not announce itself with loud voices or visible enemies. It came quietly through thoughts that questioned your worth, through exhaustion that never seemed to lift, through the slow erosion of hope that tried to convince you that nothing would ever change. And because it was quiet, you underestimated it. You thought you were just tired, you thought you were just stressed, you thought this was simply life being hard. But there was more happening than you realized. There were attacks on your identity that came through comparison, through the feeling that everyone else was moving forward while you stayed stuck. There were attacks on your faith that came through silence, through prayers that seemed unanswered, through waiting that stretched far beyond what felt bearable. There were attacks on your very will to keep going, moments when despair stood closer than you ever admitted, moments when one wrong choice could have cost you years of recovery. And still, you are here. You are still standing. You are still listening. That is not an accident. That is protection. You were protected because your life carries weight. You were protected because losing you would have meant losing something that cannot be replaced. You are not interchangeable. You are not disposable. And the fact that you are still here is evidence of intentional care. There were unseen hands guiding you when you felt alone. There were limits placed on how far the darkness could reach you. There were thoughts that did not take root because they were stopped before they could settle. You do not know how many times a darker outcome was interrupted. You only know the version of the story where you survived. But now you need to know the truth. Victory does not always look like celebration. Sometimes it looks like quiet endurance. Sometimes it looks like waking up when you did not want to. Sometimes it looks like choosing not to become bitter when bitterness would have been justified. You won because you did not let pain harden you. You won because you stayed present in your own life instead of numbing yourself into disappearance. You won because you kept choosing to live, even when living felt heavy. And now that you know this, you must live differently. Not through pressure, not through fear, but through awareness. You cannot walk forward as if you are still fighting for survival when the battle that threatened your existence has already been restrained. You cannot keep telling yourself that what you survived was nothing. Minimizing survival makes you careless with the life you were given back. So go into this day carrying the truth with you. You were never supposed to still be here by chance. You are here by design. You were preserved for purpose. And nothing you face from this moment forward will ever be able to take that from you. If this message has touched your heart, if you have felt the weight of these words, then please like this video. Comment Amen below and subscribe to receive more messages from God's heart to yours. God bless you. Go in peace, my child, for I am with you always. Amen.